Hello everybody and welcome back to Hiveless Heroes. Today, we are finally fulfilling my age-old promise of exploring the wonders of Kenshi's really mundane training system. Or trading system, rather. Shopkeeping, specifically, is what we're up to today. We have our 3 new trained-up recruits, all equipped and looking smashing, I gotta say. We got everybody here is in specialist grade trader's leathers. No pants yet, haven't made them. We've also got a bunch of weapons available for sale. This guy's got some hats and things we can sell. This one's sporting some traded leathers and other things, and all of it's pretty good. We're going to try and see how much of this we can sell today. We also... who's got... Oh, wait, hold on. Pincushion. I need you to come here. I know what he's done. Yeah, he dropped off all of this medical stuff. I don't want you doing that, please, because we're going to be selling that today. Okay, get off passive. You lot don't do jobs anymore. In fact, actually, let's go ahead and create our 5th squad here, which is going to be, we're going to call them Prime Delivery. And these are going to be my runners, these 3. I was considering what to do with these 3 hive boys, and you know what, hives are some of the fastest, but actually they are the fastest race in the game, and they kind of be perfect then for a delivery service. And as you can see, Crackshot here is not equipped with the crossbow, and that's just because that requires quite a bit of micromanagement. I know that was requested for his name, but I think he looks pretty damn badass with a pair of sabers on his back, so I'm going to keep him with it for now. If we come across like a really powerful crossbow, I'll change him over, but for the most part, he's going to be doing this. So today, oh wait, hold on, I didn't move them over. My bad. Pincushion, Crackshot, and we'll put our... Yeah, we'll put our Hive Prince as the leader. Oh, someone's being attacked. I don't think we're in any particular amount of... Oh, okay, apparently we are in danger. What's attacking me? Oh god, it's a whole Holy Nation patrol. I was moving my people over further south here, just so that they wouldn't get attacked by Holy Nation patrols, and lo and behold, I guess this is what we're doing now. Okay, turn around, attack all, because they're just going to keep getting hit if we don't deal with this now, so we might as well deal with it. Okay, U812 with his new sledgehammer, not doing much at present. Come on, get one shot in today. There we go. And that's trading. Excellent. Yeah, him and Twitch are still very much newbie. Where is Twitch, actually? Is Twitch dead? No, there he is. He's okay. Oh, and he's down. Yeah, I mean, to be fair on him, this was kind of asking a lot. This rebel farmer is still alive, inexplicably. But, you know, good for him. Nice. Blade Punner is just shredding people. My god, 120 damage. 123 damage from Moggot there. Yeah, that combination of, like, speed and strength is just incredible. Can we... Are you slightly injured, or are you dying, or what? What's your plan here, buddy? Oh, here comes Companion. Squabbling. Buddy, I forgot about you. Are you okay? You're pretty well equipped. Squabbling, no weapon? Alright, well now you got that. Congratulations. Hey, Squabbling equipped with the holy hacker. Actually, I kind of want to give you a one of these sort of like these more sort of barbaric weapons, just to go with the theme. It will give you, sure, the headlopper. Let's see how she looks. How he looks. Yes, that is definitely the weapon for a beast of your nature. I think so, and in fact, you know what, we're going to go ahead and give you the mace, too. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, who went down here? Rags, but he'll be up in a sec. Yeah, there he is. Autosave coming through, that's good timing. Crumble John. Oh, God, my apologies. That sneeze came out of nowhere. Jesus. Okay, chest, come on up, come on, Crumble John. Yeah, the air today is terrible. I do live in Asia, remember, and, well, at least I live in Eastern Asia, and it's Northeastern Asia, I guess, technically, is the full geographical description here, and it's pretty bad today. We get a lot of Beijing's pollution blows over to Seoul, and I'm basically right outside Seoul where I live, so we have to deal with a lot of China's industrial pollution, which is, you know, isn't it just great when you deal with somebody else's problems? Because, the wind doesn't really respect territorial boundaries. Neither does China, for that matter, so I guess it's kind of poetic. Okay, let's clean this up, and we can be on our way. Come on, come on, come on. Chop him, chop him. Did we take off his arm, or was that just inside his body? Oh, no, we took it off. Okay. Or rather, it was just inside his body. Oh, God, these Holy Nation dudes are so tough. They can just get up. I haven't installed the Stronger Group Combat mod yet. This is still part of the same recording session as episodes 20... I want to say 26 and 27. I want to say that. I don't know if that's correct. Was it 27 and 28? Maybe. Let's keep moving. Polly, could you not? You're supposed to be staying close to Foxy. Could you do that instead of being the worst? For like 10 minutes? Thank you. I just want to move everybody over here. Why are we so goddamn slow? Whose legs are all busted up? Someone's legs here are real busted. Because we are just not moving fast anymore. Oh, you know what it is? It's on you recruits slowing us down. Yeah. Okay, well, you guys need to just chill over here and not get spotted, because it is time to deal with our Prime Delivery service. Okay, cool. So, let that load in. Here we go. And we can run these dudes up to World's End, which is where our shopping center is at the moment. And we're going to be explaining and expanding upon that today. So, if you've skipped ahead, if I'm wise enough to remember, I would have included a timestamp to skip ahead to. But if you skipped ahead to this point, then you'll be pretty excited to know that the rest of this episode, if I can help it, is going to be centered around shopkeeping, specifically how to set up a shop and what you can sell in the vanilla game versus what you can sell in this modded version I'm running. So to start off, in the vanilla game, you can buy a shop and set it up in exactly the same way I have done right now, which is basically you purchase a building. Here's Can-Do, he's our shopkeep, who is starving to death slowly, and you put down a shop counter. And basically you put what you want to sell into the counter, and then people will walk in and purchase items from you. There you go, you saw that yellow text pop up there? That was this tech hunter spending his money. Oh, an ex-holy trader, never mind. Everybody here who has the shopping job, you'll see if I can find someone here. Someone here should be doing it. Now everyone's patrolling town at present. No one's shopping. Okay, guess not. But people will sort of idly walk around town and do a job over here that says shopping. And that's literally exactly what it sounds like. It's they're basically just looking for something to buy. And everybody in the game gets an allowance every day, which you can modify using the FCS. And in that allowance, they will purchase certain items. Now, the base game has this allowance set to really no numbers, like, you know, a couple thousand a day. And it's really not enough to run a business on, because you just don't have enough people in a settlement to run a viable shop, and they'll also only purchase food, booze, first aid kits, and that's kind of it that I can think of. Yeah, it's food, booze, and first aid kits. Oh, and like luxury goods that you produce. So nothing particularly fancy or useful. Now, that said, something you can do is mod it, and there's many mods that do this. I have a couple of them listed down below in the mod collection that's linked to this playthrough. And one of them is called NPC Enjoys More Shopping, and that allows NPCs to purchase clothes and allows them to purchase weapons. But as you can see, a lot of these weapons, you know, are worth several thousand cats, and a person with a regular allowance just wouldn't ever be able to afford those. So what the mod does is increase the weekly allowance of many factions, including the tech hunters here, to be like sort of 20 or 30,000 cats a week at the maximum and like 10,000 at the minimum, so that there's pretty much a guarantee that they'll be able to purchase a lot of what you're selling. Now, another thing to note is that anything that has the stolen debuff or the stolen note on it, I don't think I've got anything on me that does. No, I don't. But if anything says stolen on it, you can't sell it. People won't buy it, or at least in my experience, they don't buy it. And that can be quite frustrating if you're not expecting it. So now, this is our shop counter that's got a lot of food in it. I'm going to go ahead and get Can-Do here to take out the bread that's remaining, and he can just go ahead and keep that on him for food, because I want to sell all of these traders' leathers that we've brought with us, and there's a whole bunch of them stashed up here as well. Okay, maybe not a whole bunch, but there's some stashed up here too. So we're going to go ahead and I think build another shop counter. So let's go to storage. It's under storage and shop counter. Okay, cool. So we're going to place one of these down here. There's no job assigned for shop. You just put stuff in it and people will walk in and purchase things from your shop counters. So I'm just going to stick one right here by the entrance. We need 4 building materials to make that. Who's got the backpack? I'm going to treat this as my medical and food counter, so I'm going to put all of these in there for sale. Medkits do sell a lot, but they're just not worth that much. I mean, in the base game, you can't sell raw fabric really in your shop counter, so it's a good way to turn raw fabric into usable stuff, but it's not that amazing if you ask me. Let's head on over to the materials shop here, the general shop, and purchase ourselves some, there we go, building materials. So I'm going to sell this hat to him and purchase this. Now you may be wondering, what's the point of, oh, there we go. So these guys walked in, they're shopping, and they've decided they can't afford anything in this shop counter, but that's because there's nothing listed there, rather frustratingly. And he's decided he can't afford anything in here. Now that might be this here throwing him off, so I'm going to do something sneaky, and I'm going to take this out of there. That might help. It might help reduce the number of people that say they can't afford things. Okay, you can't afford, you can't afford. Looks like everyone spent their savings already, so this isn't a very good demonstration. Let's go ahead and do this. Someone is purchasing something somewhere, though. I'm hearing the ka-ching. Although that actually might just be me clicking. Yeah, it's me clicking on this stuff. Okay. Hey, could you please add the materials and build? Thank you. I've got Can-Do here setting up as an engineer, basically in perpetuity. So he's just gonna keep doing that stuff. Okay, can we sell sleeping bags? I actually don't know. So I'll throw those in there. Nice. And yeah, we're just gonna put this on here. But now stores in this game are very much a passive thing, unless you are playing, you know, very much like, you know, as like a bar manager, like maybe you're producing certain types of goods in order to sell them, and you know, it's very much, it's something I like to play quite passively, meaning I put stuff in here and I just sort of walk away, and then I'll come back a little while later and see how my sales have done. I watch my money slowly tick up while I'm off doing more interesting things. So we're going to put all of these on here. Oh, sorry, I didn't finish stating it. You might be wondering why you would want to sell things on a counter and not just directly to store owners. If you look on the right-hand side of these traded leathers, you will see that they have 2 stated values. There's one for 6,556 cats and one for 1,639 cats. Now, the 1,639 is how much you can sell it for if you walk up to a trader and right-click on it. But the 6,000 cat one is how much someone will purchase it for from you if they need it. Now, selling clothes is kind of difficult in this matter, even with the mod that I'm using, because not a lot of people will buy them. Not a lot of people can afford them to begin with, but I mean, even those that can they don't have a high need for it. I've looked at the way the mod's coded, and I don't fully understand how it works. I'll be honest, I'm not particularly well versed in coding. I haven't really done it since high school, so you know, my knowledge is rudimentary at best. But from what I understand, they have a certain desires, the people that you interact with. Basically, they want certain items more than others, and the items they don't want, they'll prefer not to buy. And that's kind of the best way I can explain it. So we're going to put that stuff in there. So Crackshot has got a whole bunch of weapons still on him, and I think that rather than building another shop counter, I'm just going to put them in here. So we're going to keep all of these basic first aid. In fact, you know what? Let's sell the basic first aid kits. Not that one. Yeah, I can't sell the stolen one. Just, yeah, in my experience, people don't buy it. You know, okay, so these guys are coming in, and no one can afford anything. So we're going to throw all this over there. Now, one way you can make it so people will buy stuff is to just routinely import your game, because that resets people's bank accounts, basically. And it gives all of these dudes here a whack more money. Another way is just to wait till the end of the week, because at the end of every week, they get their next sort of salary, as it were. And I've modified the game very slightly to make it so that the ludicrous salary these tech hunters were receiving is even more ludicrous now. They get something like 50,000 cats a week or a month or whatever it is. So they will be able to buy our stuff if we have it on sale. Now you may remember a few episodes ago I had a whole bunch of bread and things in here. You saw that was all gone. Can-Do didn't eat it. That was sold, and that will slowly increase our money here. Which is kind of cool. I like that it's kind of like almost like a passive income that you don't really expect to get, but you get it anyway. Also, I want to sell this hacker because it's stolen. I can't sell it directly, and I'd like to purchase a sidearm for him. Let's sell that, and we'll purchase a hacker sidearm for my guy. Your stats are in hackers and polearms, yes. I don't see any hacker sidearms. So I guess we're just going to give him a katana and he can just be shit with it? Sure, whatever. Alright, cool. So that's that done. I also had these guys training up a little bit on the stealth. Now another way you can make money in this game, by trading. So that's the base. Sorry, let me wrap up. That's the basics of shopkeeping. It's very simple. You build a counter and you wait for people to come and buy your stuff. Now, a profitable thing we could do here is to produce our own goods and sell them. For example, traders' leathers. So I'm going to get Can Do here to run over to the general store. He's just going to run in there really quickly, and we're going to trade with this gentleman. I'm going to buy all of the leathers and cotton he has. Not cotton, fabrics. And he's got none in store today. That's a shame. Does anybody else sell that stuff? General shop is usually where you'll find leathers. I sort of wanted to show you how it works, but I may just have to explain it. Travel gear, nah, it's not really gonna have it. Robotics, way station, nah, nothing. Maybe the mechanical shop might have it, we can go check, but I don't think they'll stock leather. Oh, they do, they have one piece. Okay, and they've got some fabrics too. Okay, cool. So let's get, so Can Do now is going to go back up here, and he's going to start producing more traders' leathers. Now, he's a pretty shite armorsmith, so he's not producing very high quality ones, but he is producing them. They're shoddy grade. They're worth 800 cats if someone buys them. These prototype grade ones are worth basically nothing. But so what you can do is you can go ahead and purchase stuff to produce goods, and then you can sell those goods. And in fact, if you get your armor, traders' leathers are a very profitable thing to produce, and in fact, if you actually get your skill high enough, your men will start producing specialist grade ones like these, which are worth 3,000 cats a time if you sell them directly, which is more than enough to recoup the cost of production, which is, in my opinion, quite a cool thing to have. So we got a lot of fabric stashed up. It's leather that's kind of the bottleneck in this operation. I got Can Do making himself a leather Hiveless vest just because I want one. For him, he hasn't got anything equipped in that slot. We could sell this stuff too, but I mean, why? Like, let's rather just equip our dude with some things. Although, I suppose, that said, we can give him some traders' leathers, being a trader and whatnot. And in fact, why don't we go ahead and give these standard grade pants to someone who could use them? There we go, and you can throw the rags up to our shopkeep there. Okay, nice. Yeah, because Can Do doesn't really need to be equipping the best of the best. Okay. Coolio. Now we got some leather pants. In fact, these dudes need some armor. Let's go and get some for them. There is an armor store here, right? That's headgear. Armor? But it's closed. Damn it. Let's check the bars. Maybe there's something we can buy and sell here. Yeah, so that's kind of one way you can go about producing your own goods. Which is pretty cool. It's especially if you want to sort of stay within a city and not go out and form your own base. It's a very profitable way to make money. You could get 100,000 cats in about maybe 6 or 7 in-game days following this sort of route. You just need some sort of startup capital, and obviously mining copper and then just selling it is the easiest way to do that, along with looting the battlefields. Now, another thing we could do here is produce medicine and sell it, but until you get the advanced medical kits, not sort of the standard first aid kits or the advanced first aid kits, these ones here, it's really not worth your time. The amount of money you spend on the fabrics to produce these first aid kits barely covers the cost of purchasing the fabrics. They're just not worth enough. Okay, cool. So those are those tips done. Now, another thing you can do is like a hydroponics and brewing setup, which if we do expand into that, I will probably purchase this this bug house for, because it's a good amount of space. It's got some nice wide open areas, and it's good for exactly that. We can grow some hydroponics, and yeah. The only downside to trying to do that in a city is that you can't get easy access to water. There is a mod called moisture farming, which I do have installed, which allows you to build exactly that, a moisture farm on your roof, and that just very slowly collects water. That's the easiest way to do that. You can also get a mod that allows you to place wells indoors, which is another way to do it. But you do need AI cores, I believe, to produce hydroponics like that. So, oh my God, it's that caravan drone we threw in here. He's still there. Wow. Sorry, bud. You got screwed. Okay, cool. So our money is currently at 250... Oh, I want to get armor before I forget. But our money is currently at 257,461 cats, which is quite a lot. And I want to see how much that improves as we run around. Because as people's salaries come in, they'll, buy stuff from us. Let's take some samurai cloth pants. Sure. Why not? Those are quite cool looking. And maybe... What have you got to sell? I don't really want triangle banded ones, so... Maybe we can get something that doesn't affect my athletic skill. None of this does. That's high grade. There you go. It's pretty cheap. Cool. Done. Alright, so we got some leather pants all round. Very nice. And we can go running off into the distance. So now, the next thing we can do is produce stuff here and sell it elsewhere. So certain goods, for example... medkits, right, have a markup. You can see the markup here is 101% in this region, meaning that I make 1% more money selling it in World's End than the default. This is 109%. That's pretty decent. But you can get markups that go all the way up into the 50s or 60s. And hashish, which is a drug, is a pretty good way to make money. Problem is, you can only sell it to shinobi thieves. So, they only have, 250,000 cats at a time, meaning that you run out of... people to sell to pretty damn quickly. Like, rather frustratingly quickly. So, it's not a long-term solution. Another thing you can do, though, is, let's actually head back to the base for this example. We'll take our Amazon Prime delivery here, who's still very slow, and I'm going to get them to grab a whole bunch of, what are we going to call it? Food that is producible in green areas, so green fruit and sort of green fruit-related foods, like food cubes, for example, and we're going to run that into the desert. Alcohol is by far and away because it's difficult to produce there, so it has a higher markup. But alcohol, specifically grog and sake, are the best, and actually rum too, because you make that out of cacti, are really good things to produce and then trade in different areas. So rum is one of the better ones. Rum is produced with cactuses, or cacti rather, and you can only grow those in the desert, and then selling them in green areas like this is a pretty profitable thing to do. Hey, and our picture has been upgraded to a city. I didn't even notice that. That must have happened while I wasn't looking. So yeah, grog is a good way to produce a good bit of money by trading. But what we're going to do now is let these guys get some food, and then we're actually going to sell these food cubes. So I'm going to go ahead and get a whole bunch of these. I think food cubes is one of the resources that you can sell at a markup. I think. Not everything is available for that. It's not that straightforward. Also, just pro tip, if you are playing this in vanilla, producing and selling expensive foods like food cubes isn't necessarily the best idea, because you don't always know if people will be able to afford it. Again, unless their salaries have been increased by a mod or something, the odds of them actually being able to afford what you're trying to sell them are rather distressingly low. How's our food cube storage going? We actually don't have all that much green fruit stored up. That's interesting. So, to demonstrate this, green fruit is growable in this area, so it's actually pretty easy to get a whole bunch of it here. Hold on, I just want to do this. And then this, and this, and I'm messing up here. Give me a second. My apologies, everyone. We just gotta throw some of this stuff away for a second. There we go. Okay, so that's that. And I want to grab some green fruit out of this farm. Put it in this backpack. There we go. Okay, cool. So now we can show it. So because green fruit is grown in this area, it's worth 91% of its usual price, meaning that you're actually losing nearly 10% value just by trying to sell it in this region. So let's run our Prime delivery boys all the way over here to Stoat, and because I do actually want to link them up with our main group at some point. Are you guys running in Concord? Yes, you are. Good. Good. And let's close this door. There we go, and we're going to just sort of, I'll catch up with you guys once we're in the area, because I want to show you how you can run trade routes to, sell things at a profit in different areas. Alright, so here we are at Stoat, and our 3 hive boys have landed nice and safely. Let's go ahead and demonstrate exactly what I'm talking about. So, we're going to look at our green fruit. The best example I can show of this, by the way, of what I was talking about, the alcohol, is rum here is worth 88% in the region that Kevin is in, which is Skim Sands, and sake is worth 114%, which is quite nice. For some reason, green fruit, the markup hasn't changed. I don't know why, and it doesn't look like food actually has a markup, so I was completely mistaken. But I'm just sort of going to sell it anyway, just to kind of show off what's happening. I'm not going to sell too much of the food. This is also kind of a delivery to my boys in need. So yeah, okay, never mind. Very poor example of how you do this, but that is the general gist, Let's sell these food cubes here. Nice. They combine into a single stack there, yeah. Let's get rid of the bread because it's not that nutrient dense, and I'm going to buy a whole bunch of dust switches for exorbitant fees. And then we'll get the bread back. Nice. And No Teeth, you're going to take some bread too. And Crackshot, you're going to take the rest of the bread. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Bread's actually really overpriced. Let's go for maybe chew sticks for you. Yeah, let's go chew sticks on you. And this is just going to, there we go. And that cost us a fair amount of money, but that's going to keep our disgusting bugmen going for a while. We really desperately needed a food delivery coming their way. So I'm going to head out that way, and that's going to conclude this episode. Now, I know that not that much happened, but this was kind of just a Miles gives his shopkeeping tips 101 episode. I'm sorry there wasn't all that much shopkeeping visible. For whatever reason, no one had any money to do it. But when they do have money, they'll just sort of walk up to your counter and they'll say, "Oh, I want that," and then a yellow money thing pops up, and then you have the money, and the thing is gone from your counter. It's literally just like selling, just passively. Nothing too exciting. These guys' aesthetics has improved a little bit. They're definitely not quite Amazon Prime delivery material just yet. But I am going to, I think, fold them into the Disgusting Bugmen crew, just because of their combat skills at present. And then I'll see what we'll do about setting up proper trade routes and things a little bit further on. Right now, I'm very much looking at expanding our numbers aggressively, very aggressively expanding our numbers. I want to. Within the next episode or two, I want to do some real damage. I'd like to definitely hit up these ruins. Yeah, that's the next thing we're doing. And then once we've done that, we might swing round up into Narco's Trap, up through Skinner's Road, because we can take out some holy mines and things on the way, and just do some damage to the Holy Nation, who we've been trying to hurt for a while now. And this is rather concerning. That is a very large group. Yeah. Thankfully, we are way above their skill level, so while quite a few of our guys do still go down whenever we run into them, it's not unmanageable by any measure. What are these, bone dogs? Oh, it's nomad animals? I wonder what those are doing here. Weird. Okay, well, here we are. We've rolled up, we are safe and sound. I'm going to keep the food on these dudes for the most part. Maybe the big backpacks here, we can, I don't know. Like we can trade over just to free up some. We can carry weapons on these guys or something. Put the chew sticks here on Foxy. We do have this springbat, which is a really good crossbow, which I might end up giving to Crackshot just to have him live up to his namesake. But that's definitely something to consider next time. So, if you have enjoyed watching me right-click on all this stuff today, then please do drop me a comment down below, letting me know as much, and I will... Oh, wait, wrong person. And I will gladly continue the series. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Please let me know, though, if you guys have any reservations or ideas or concerns or suggestions, and I will do my best to implement them in a timely manner. I'd just like to point out again that I'm going away next weekend, so this episode and the ones before it, and probably a couple after it, are going to be pre-recorded, and that means that I won't be able to respond to feedback immediately, but I will definitely be doing so as soon as I can. Alright, thank you very much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.